Hello and welcome to your daily word.
Hello, everyone. I'm Pastor Kara, and today I would like to share a thought with you from the book of Exodus. In the book of Exodus, we see the Israelites who have been set free from their slavery in Egypt. It was a truly triumphant time. They saw God work incredible miracles and bring them out of their slavery. Now that they're in the desert, they're looking to Moses for leadership. And Moses takes some time to go and be with God and is going to come back and give the people some instruction. But while Moses was away, something interesting happened. We're going to pick up this story in Exodus chapter 32. It starts like this. When the people saw how long it was taking Moses to come back down the mountain, they gathered around Aaron. "Come on," they said, "make us some gods who can lead us. We don't know what happened to this fellow Moses who brought us here from the land of Egypt." Let's stop there for a second. The Israelites came to Aaron while Moses was away and impatiently asked for a new leader. They couldn't wait for Moses to come down to give them instruction to lead them further, that they actually asked Aaron if he could make another god for them. And they even said, we don't even know what's happened to this fellow Moses. This fellow Moses, the same Moses that stood up for them in front of Pharaoh, the same Moses that put his staff into the sea and saw it split in two. But apparently, he was just some fellow named Moses. Let's continue. So Aaron said, "Take the gold rings from the ears of your wives and sons and daughters and bring them to me." All the people took the gold rings from their ears and brought them to Aaron. Then Aaron took the gold, melted it down, and molded it into the shape of a calf. When the people saw it, they exclaimed, "O Israel, these are the gods who brought you out of the land of Egypt." Aaron saw how excited the people were, so he built an altar in front of the calf. Then they announced tomorrow will be a festival to the Lord. The people got up early the next morning to sacrifice burnt offerings and peace offerings. After this, they celebrated and feasted and drinking, and they indulged in pagan revelry. This is so striking. Even after everything they have gone through, being freed from Egypt, yet when things weren't going their way, they fell back on creating an idol. They even went as far to say that this man-made object was what got them out of Egypt. Isn't it interesting that it didn't take very much time for them to forget everything that God had done for them and to turn to their own way of thinking? We may think that their actions are absolutely preposterous and ridiculous. How could they do this? How could they forget so easily the God that saved them from Egypt? But when you stop to think of it, are we really in the same seat sometimes? Are we really ones that can judge them? There are times in life where we face a moment of impatience, where we want answers now. We want guidance now. We want God to do something now. And when He doesn't act right away, our impatience causes us to turn to something else. We might not make a golden calf for ourselves to worship, but there are still other things in this world that we turn to in order to get our answers, in order to make ourselves feel better. And we replace God with them. There are so many times that we have turned not to God, but we've turned to money, we've turned to self-help books, we've turned to media, we've turned to other people, we've turned to so many other things in our lives when we should be turning to God. God's people turned their back on Him and praised something that they created, saying that that was what led them out of Egypt. And sometimes we do the same thing. We shouldn't be so quick to judge, because there are some times where we make our own idols and put them before God. After this, God gives a very strong commandment to the people of Israel and to us as believers today. It says, "Have no other gods before me, and do not worship idols." We may think that just because we live in a modern day world where we don't have golden idols in front of us, that we don't still have an idol. An idol is anything that replaces God as a priority in our life, replaces God as the one that we turn to in all of our troubles and during all of our times of need, or replacing God with some money or something else that we would worship. Have you taken God off the throne and put another idol in His place? I would encourage you to do some self-examination. And the next time you face something and you feel a bit impatient, don't create an idol, but go to God and wait on Him.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Come back tomorrow for the next Daily Word. God bless.